All right, quick update on the um the Red King Kong tank that I transferred over about a month ago, and just like a quick update on how they're doing. It looked like a bunch of the shrimp in the tank had babies, and although there are some Red King Kong babies, there is a lot of Shadow Panda babies in here, and I don't know where. I guess some of the shrimp were already buried, and I don't know. So it kind of feels like a failed experiment because, or I'm just gonna have to do a bunch of calling because there's a lot of Shadow Panda babies in here. I didn't bring over any Shadow Pandas. They were all Red King Kongs. But yeah, I guess a lot of the shrimp were already buried, and because of that, we're gonna have some mix in there. And also in the Shadow Panda tank, there's still some baby Red King Kongs in there. There's also a lot of Black King Kongs too. So, which is, I guess, is again more variety of shrimp created. I'm just gonna I'll let them age out, get a little bigger. Once they get about, you know, about a centimeter, 2 centimeters, I'll transfer them over back into the Shadow Panda tank. I don't want to make any more tanks because right now I have Black King Kongs, I have Blue Bolts, the Fancy Red Tigers, and I also have Fancy Black Tigers or Black Fancy Tigers. Somehow those got created too. It's just like too much. I don't want to end up having like 20 tanks again. But right now, and also I have like pure red shrimp. I transferred some Fancy Tigers over into the Crystal Red tank where I put the UGF, and I noticed that there's a lot of just pure red shrimp in there. I didn't know you can really create those, but there's no stripes. They're fully red. I have probably about 10 of those right now. So I don't know. I guess it's just going to be like a big crossbreed because at this point it seemed like everything is getting mixed together. As much as I try to separate by calling, let's see, like look at that right there. I don't know if I can zoom into that, but there's a lot of Shadow Panda babies. They're so small, it's hard to see, but a lot of Shadow Pandas in the Red King Kong, and then in the Shadow Panda tank, there's a bunch of Black King Kongs. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way that the shrimp evolve, and maybe I kind of overestimated. It's really really hard to keep like a specific line of shrimp because they crossbreed. Unlike Neocardinas is very easy because you can just keep them in the tank. The same colors will stay the same colors. And if they crossbreed, they're just going to be like a wild color. Here is kind of cool because you can just create different colors. Sometimes intentional and a lot of times unintentional. It looks like most of the time it's unintentional. So, I mean, it's a good problem to have. I haven't done any water changes in this tank since I've got it cycled, and everything is doing great. I have to do some cleanup because there is some little bit of string algae. But for the most part, everything is doing great. I just have to I have to pull those Shadow Pandas out once they get big enough, and then vice versa on the other tank. So wait another month and we'll see how it does.